I'd like to welcome you to the NEPA Miners press conference. First, I'd like to start off by thanking the Mall at Steamtown, great sponsor of the Miners, for hosting us here this afternoon. I want to go over a few highlights of what's been going on with the NEPA Miners of recent. This is going to be year 5 for our organization. And this year, again, we will be playing in the Major League Football Conference with 14 teams from North Carolina up to Connecticut. Once again, our home stadium this year will be Scranton Memorial. We have a 12-game schedule. We'll have 6 home games, 6 away games. 10 games will be conference, and we have 2 non-conference games to start our season. This year, again, we will have 3 of our games, home games, televised on Fox 56, My Network TV. As well, all our home games and away games will be web broadcasted as well for our fans. We will also be continuing our weekly web talk show. The NEPA Miners have acquired a lot more advancements in technology this year, and also a new team trailer for all our equipment and gear. And it's given us a lot more exposure in the public. The NEPA Miners has expanded upon its coaching staff this year, as we have 10 full-time coaches. And the Miners continue to be very active in the community of northeastern Pennsylvania with the charities that we help through various youth camps and participating in any charity and any function the Miners can provide to help bring awareness to causes and help raise funding. We will continue the tradition of having charities at every home game this season with several youth football nights, the United Way, Pancreatic Cancer Network, the Ronald McDonald House, and this season we have moved our traditional Saturday night games for September 11th to a Sunday game to provide a tribute to first responders and the U.S. military, and that game will be highlighted with a military flyover. The NEPA Miners continue to provide our youth one way to play drug programming in the community to youth schools, and continue to bring in professional athletes to help bring awareness and exposure to the youth. As last year we brought in Eric Williams from the Dallas Cowboys, Lee Rusan, Super Bowl rings from the New York Giants, along with Keith Elias and Seth Franco. We'll look to continue to expand upon the success of our players last year, which we had 4 conference All-Stars that just last month participated in an All-Star game in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we had 1 All-American player, Anthony Botman, defensive back from West Scranton High School, nationwide All-American. Major announcement for the NEPA Miners also is the birth of the Mine Shaft. We will be the first semi-pro team in the nation to be playing in the future in a dome stadium. Construction and breaking ground will start shortly on that facility for possible 2012 games, but more than likely it'll be 2013 season. My business partner and head coach, Dan Lamagna, will soon talk about our player signing, our major announcement of the day. But this signing from a business perspective, which is my, as general manager, focus of this business, is going to help us with our sponsorships. It's going to help us increase our fan base. It also helps player recruitment, showing the level and the quality of the players that we are bringing in to our organization. Next, I would like to introduce my business partner and head coach, Dan Lamagna, to introduce the Miners' new deadliest weapon on the football field. Dan.
Thank you. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for being a little patient as we came right from work and made the Turnpike trip and were able to make it here in time. I want to start this conference off, one, obviously thanking the media for being here, and we appreciate that. But I want to give a little tribute to a special person in the media who passed away this year, who holds a close place to my heart and the NEPA Miners. Gentlemen, my name is Mark Coons, who's covered the Miners since day one in our opening press conference. Has been there every step of the way. I spoke to this gentleman every week, and I know he'd be here today, and I know he's watching down. Mark, we know you're with us. Before I announce our signing, I'd like to share how the recruiting process went about. We held our first tryout and combine in March at the Riverfront Sports Complex. We had a company called Fast out of Allentown that comes in to give our guys the best experience. The gentleman, Jason Brader, who was talking to me, and he goes, "Coach, we have a gentleman who's up here in Allentown training, and I believe he's residing in Scranton." So I got this information, and the recruiting process began. I got a phone number, and I called the gentleman to my left. And says, "We're interested in having you play for the NEPA Miners." Throughout this recruiting process, we had competition in it. One of our opponents we have a lot of respect for in our league, the Lehigh Valley Storm, recruited him. But I believe the hard work of my partner in facilitating 3 TV games, the live audio streaming, the opportunity of exposure on the business end that we could give for him was one of the factors that brought him here to Scranton. From there, we got together, and I took him on a tour of the area. We visited Scranton Memorial Stadium, beautiful facilities that we play at. We took a tour here, the mall at Steamtown, one of our sponsors, who we're thankful for hosting us here today. If you look down there by the Bonton, you see the Miners billboard up on display. Up on the second floor is the Miners trophy that we've represented 3 years in a row. Took them to the tour of the Scranton Hilton, where we watched films and had a lengthy conversation about what the opportunity that the Miners could bring. Along this process, what impressed me most is this gentleman who's played at a very high level of football was very mindful of the commitment and being able to make that commitment. He was very mindful of his teammates when signing. He didn't want to be that guy that was, going to disrupt anything. He cared about how they thought of him. When he was, with football players, it's very big to get their old number. This gentleman wore number 33 in college. And I care a lot for my teammates, and the gentleman who had 33's donned it for a long time. And I says, we got to negotiate. And again, he cared about his teammates and says, hey, a number's not a big thing. I just want to be a part of the team and want to win. The work ethic at practice, people question, hey, here's a guy that played at a higher level. What kind of attitude, what kind of work ethic does he have? This gentleman, we were doing running back drills. He takes that handoff at the line of scrimmage, runs 20 yards past the line of scrimmage, sprints back to the huddle, and is ready for the next rep. Someone who's serious about football. We looked at this at the beginning as a win-win and a stepping stone to give an opportunity for our player and a stepping stone and opportunity for our organization. The NEPA Miners bring football contacts, game film, team doctors and training, exposure that will contribute to success, along with a group of Miners players who are looking forward to going to battle on the gridiron with their new teammate. With that, I'm going to go into the profile of the player that we're bringing in to our area. He played at Allentown's Parkland High under Coach Rob McCloskey in the competitive Lehigh Valley Conference, compiling 3,853 yards in his senior season alone, 4th highest in national high school history at the time. He had a nose for the end zone with 53 touchdowns that season, both PA state records, along with the 2002 PA Class Quad A state title. Not only is he talented, but he's a winner. He's a parade All-American, second-team All-American by USA Today, Associated Press first-team All-State and Big School Player of the Year, the prestigious Jim Henry Award from the Maxwell Football Club as the Philadelphia Area High School Player of the Year. He was the Allentown Morning Call's Player of the Year. In 2005, he played for the Penn State Nittany Lions. In 2006, he helped the Lions to victory in the Orange Bowl against ACC champion Florida State. He made it to the highest level, signing with the Cleveland Browns of the National Football League as an undrafted free agent following the 2008 NFL Draft. Last season, he spent in Germany, and I'm not good with these German pronunciations, the Braunschweig Lions, hey, not bad for a first time, of the German Football League. He played in every football game, carrying the ball 233 times for 1,502 yards and 11 touchdowns, including 8 catches for 40 yards and returned 8 kicks for 125 yards. In 2011, he will be a part of Major League Football with the Northeast PA Miners in Scranton, Pennsylvania. With no further ado, let's welcome our newest NEPA Miner, Austin Scott. Congratulations, I look forward to working with you, brother. Stay in the middle. Let's go over here and take a picture. Move over there, guys, so we can get the cameras could get us.
Thanks for coming, and can you guys hear me? Is it on? Hello? Thanks for attending today, and like Coach said, I'm getting out here, a little nervous up here right now, but I'm just happy to get back and playing in the area and do a couple things for the community, and I want to bring us a championship this year, and appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you.